Welcome to Beards and Buckets. My name is Teebs.
I'm Mike.
And we're back in the studio, if you could even call it that. Again, my bedroom.
In the Teebs stewed.
Yeah, a little bit of a different angle this time. Pause. We're going the other way. Pause again.
We're getting all those angles.
Yeah, all the angles. So
making sure you see us in high quality HD, 4K, whatever you
want. Probably like if you got an Android, probably like 360.
Yeah, if you got a Nintendo DS, probably like 240p.
If you're lucky. If you got a Game Boy Advance,
if you got a Game Boy Advance, sorry, you can't watch. You can maybe listen if someone like ports that thing to a cartridge.
Well, we've missed some stuff. It's a lot has happened. First thing on the agenda is Tom Thibodeau got fired.
Yeah, yeah, that happened.
That's
let's go Knicks.
Yeah. Mixed. I have very mixed feelings about it because, like, I can understand it because I think he makes a lot of questionable decisions as a coach. He also runs his players into the ground. But, like, this guy got you to the conference finals the first time in, like, 25 years. Like,
I do understand that he hasn't ever been and never will be a good offensive coach.
Oh, God, no.
He was, like, at best, he's been an okay offensive coach.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, he's an expert with defense. He's great with it. All of his teams play hard. He plays them hard.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to have to play, like, if you're a star player in a Tom Thibodeau team, you're playing, like, at least 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Especially in the playoffs. Like, he's asking everything of you. And it can be good, but it can also wear your teams down.
Yeah.
And in terms of just, like, the personnel this Knicks team has, they need to figure out how to make the offense more smooth with all of the guys that they have. Because right now it's sort of Brunson, Cat, my turn, your turn. It's like, okay, I'm going to ISO out top. Cat, you can set a screen, maybe pop off of it. But it seems like it's normally either a Cat post up or a Brunson ISO.
Mm-hmm.
And the other guys just get involved when they can get involved. And it needs to be more of a fluid sort of everybody has a solidified role. We're going to get everyone involved in the offense.
Yeah.
Something that the Indiana Pacers do really well.
Mm-hmm. I think the problem, for the Knicks is, I think the Knicks have the depth in a way. Like, I think they have a lot of pieces that are not utilized properly. Like Miles McBride, for example.
Goose.
Yeah, why'd I call him Miles? Nobody calls him Miles. Freaking
gave the C's the work.
Yeah. Freaking. I almost said Cameron Payne. He doesn't count. I never want to see Cameron Payne ever getting minutes.
Cameron Payne.
Cameron Payne in my ass.
The old dances with Westbrook, man. So inspirational.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Continue though. Sorry. Of course.
Well, I was actually kind of glad they starting Mitchell Robinson on the team. Yeah, I think that was a good move. I think that definitely helped. Unfortunately, Hacker Robinson can bite you in the ass sometimes, but
he's one of those premier rebounder defender types in the league to me. Like, he's never going to be like this jump off the page stats guy.
Yeah.
But he's like such a quality hustle player. He's the type of big man that I've wanted the Celtics to have since we were like 12. And we still never had that type of center.
Especially on the offensive glass.
Yes.
This guy kills teams on the offensive glass.
Like him, like he's kind of just like a better defensive Steven Adams. He rebounds better, arguably, than Steven Adams.
I've seen him create like 2 to 3 extra shots on a possession. I'm like, one of these is gonna fucking fall, dude.
He just outworks you, and I think like that. He's the type of guy that thrives in a Tibbs system, where like I don't know, like a Anunoby and a Mikal Bridges, they're going to thrive defensively, but that's what they do.
Yep.
They're going to be good defensively on any team, where they need more of like a coach that can come in, really build an offensive system and get them quality looks.
Right.
Mikal Bridges shouldn't be going from like this all-star level scorer in Brooklyn to being like, no, I understand him being the third option, but him and Cat, to me, sort of like, if Mikhail's at his best, they could be sort of like a 2A, 2B. Brunson's obviously going to be the guy you run it through the whole time, but I'm surprised that Mikhail hasn't had a bigger offensive impact, and I think that Tibbs' coaching is probably a fairly large.
Do you think Bridges' jump shot has evolved over the course of this season?
It's evolved backwards.
Yeah.
It's like
we went to opening night, Celtics versus Knicks, and he's freaking shooting threes. We're like, what the fuck happened to his jump shot, dude? It's like busted.
It's so weird. He brings his arm out like so far and like high. And,
yeah.
I get you're trying not to get blocked, but like he had a nice low set point, smooth release. What, like, sometimes the shooting coaches make things worse.
Yep.
He's an example of that. I mean, he did figure it out. He shot fine.
Yep.
I mean, I don't have like the numbers in front of me, but at least watching him in the series against the Celtics,
there was at least one game where he was like striping them.
He can still hit shot.
Yeah.
It just, why fix something that isn't broken to begin with?
Well, this is a guy that has been to a finals. Nobody talks about either. You know, he's got that experience, and he was a key contributor to that finals run. That they unfortunately didn't win, but
that team blowing up was so sad. It's
awful. Yeah,
like,
they really should have won that finals, I think.
And I think that team falling apart sort of fucked up Ayton's career.
Oh, big time. My God.
It was like, now he's out there in Portland, and like he's fine, but like he's got 3 bigs. It's him, Robert Williams, and Klingon. And don't forget about, is he even still on the team? Let me not forget about Duop Reith.
Duop Teeth.
Yeah.
There's a meme page on Instagram I follow called Duop Teeth.
Yeah, so he still is on the Trailblazers.
You know what? I actually really like the Trailblazers on paper. I think within a few years, like, it's gonna be fun to watch.
That's how it feels.
Scoot Henderson looks really good. Denny Avdia has really like fully come into his game. Freaking,
I'm never gonna get over that Scoot presser, the intro presser where he's just baked out of his mind.
That's awesome.
And they're like, what looking back on your rookie season do you think you can learn? And he's just looking at him wide-eyed, and he's like, the food that I had and what I learned from it.
I remember all about that. Oh, man. The
Good food.
Speaking of baked out of their minds, I found out today, this is something you would be first in line to see, is they're making a Snoop Dogg biopic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I did not know they were doing that.
Yeah. Oh, man. Don't they have the dude from Stranger Things?
No, the Outer Banks.
Outer Banks.
Which is like my favorite show, by the way, fun fact. But yeah.
Who's going to be
He's going to be Snoop Dogg, which I think is a great choice. He's a great actor, so... Yeah, and Snoop's a legend.
I'll be seeing that when it comes out. I saw the Pharrell biopic made out of Lego. That thing was incredible, piece by piece.
Shout out Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, so we were talking about
Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah, Tom Thibodeau and Mikal Bridges.
We went from Tom Thibodeau to Mikal Bridges to Scoot Henderson to Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
DeAndre Ayton was a little in there too.
Oh yeah, we can sprinkle him in there.
Yeah, sprinkles of Ayton, dominating. You know?
So, do you agree or disagree with the Knicks firing Tibbs?
I mean, I would have given it like another year.
Yeah, I probably.
But I don't think it's the wrong choice necessarily.
I could totally see where they're coming from. He was already on the chopping block to begin with, even before the Celtics series, and I think fucking winning the Celtics series like that helps his case a little bit.
That should have gotten him one more shot at it.
Yeah, but I think they were looking like, okay, if you can get us to the finals, then
we'll.
That was the argument they were looking for, and he couldn't do that. So,
yeah.
I mean, I think he definitely got outcoached too in the conference
Rick
finals. Rick Carlisle's a great coach.
He's so damn good.
Yeah. Poor Tibbs. I don't know if he'll get another job, but we'll see. And Doc Rivers can get another job. Anybody can.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Tibbs, go do like TV for a year or two.
Yeah,
you'll have a job again.
Oh, and I briefly wanted to talk about so Pacers moving on to the finals, obviously, and Pascal Siakam got Eastern Conference Finals MVP, which
He did.
some people thought were controversial,
Yeah.
including Tyrese Haliburton probably. But
That was so funny. He's like hyping himself up in the back, getting ready to go up. I think you sent me the meme of it.
Yeah.
Where it's like SpongeBob going up.
yeah,
like,
in the
thinking
movie where he's
yeah.
like, "Yeah, oh, better luck next year, buddy."
I'm not going to be the manager.
And I'm making a complete what of myself?
Yeah. And I'm making it worse because I'm talking directly into the
The microphone, phone.
Yeah, it was to that level of like Tyrese definitely thought he had it.
Yeah.
He did not. It's arguable that he should have, but the main argument I've been seeing that like I can agree with is that Tyrese had bigger moments in the series, but Pascal was much more consistent throughout.
Especially scoring wise, because I don't think the thing about Haliburton is he's not like he can be like this insane scorer, but he's not consistently this insane scorer. I think he focuses more on getting his teammates set up because he has so many weapons around him that if he gets a good shot, he'll take it. But he's not looking to create for himself. He's looking to create for everybody else.
And that's something you can see too within the finals series. And in game one, it was like the perfect sort of balance. He wasn't in it for super long.
Yeah.
Like in terms of his scoring, but when he was there when you need him.
Uh-huh.
Game two, I think we saw it, how it can be a bad thing.
Right.
Where he kind of took way too long to start pushing the envelope scoring, and was really focused on passing and sort of turned the ball over a little bit more than you expect from Haliburton, at least from what I remember. Let me check his actual turnovers here. The number itself probably isn't like massively high, but
I mean, that game in the conference finals where he had 15 assists and no turnovers,
I mean, like,
speaks for itself.
6 assists, 5 turnovers. That's not what you want from your point guard in the finals, no less. That was game 2.
Yeah, game 2, the whole team was just struggling. So I mean,
yeah, and then game 1, if I'm remembering, they had the really bad first quarter with the turnovers.
they had so many turnovers.
And then
like, collectively, I think Obi Toppin had 6 himself because every time the man touched the ball,
Obi was throwing the damn ball away every time. Oh my god!
And we went to our local casino, which opened up a few months ago, which has this, swear to God, like this freaking like movie screen to watch.
So you see the whole background behind us. The screen is about the size of this kid's wall.
There's a
right?
giant wall behind it. Yeah, it's taller than that. It's freaking massive. So
I was about to say that word for word. It's freaking massive.
he copied my whole fucking flow, word for word, bar for bar. But this freaking screen is huge, right? And by the way, we're watching game 1, and everyone around us is a fucking Pacers fan. I swear to God, this is the Boston Pacers. I feel like Celtics fans root for the Pacers and Pacers fans root for the Celtics. There's like this mutual agreement. I swear to God, it's so funny though, because like everything the Thunder did, everyone was getting pissed, especially Shai. Shai was getting these BS calls down the stretch. The stretch, and freaking this one guy, like Shai got this foul, and it was like it was like a play on type of call, you know, and like just let it go, and like this freaking guy goes, "I fucking hate this guy."
I remember that.
I fucking hate this guy, and I was just like, in the spur of the moment, I don't actually hate Shai, but I was like, you and me both. And like I hate him right now because he's annoying the shit out of me. Like fucking
stats. All right, so I mean, game 1. He really only had 6 assists in game 1.
Yeah.
So 6 assists, 3 turnovers. Still not incredible,
Right.
but better.
Mm-hmm.
He doubled his turnovers in game 2. Yeah, I mean, the Thunder in game 1, they came out, they looked good, and they made the mistake you cannot make against the Indiana Pacers, which is taking your foot off the damn gas and letting them stay in the game.
Mm-hmm.
The second you stop playing as hard as you can against the Indiana Pacers, they will make you pay for it.
Yes, they will.
And game 1, we saw it. I mean, granted, it took till the very last moment, but the Pacers did it. Game 2,
we did it.
we did it. Game 2, though, The Thunder did what they had to do. They came out and they played the whole game. Every time the Pacers went to do something, it felt like the Thunder matched it.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
I was gonna say I almost took Pacers money line game too. I was thinking about it. I'm like, I just really do not think they're going down 2-0 right now.
I felt the same.
I was like, they're gonna match this. Like, especially the way they played last game. Like, they gotta make sure you can't go down 2-0 going back to Indiana. And I mean, I still think the Pacers are gonna win this in 6 games. But
I think Game 3, Indy's gonna crush Oklahoma City.
You know what I could totally see? I could see Game 3 basically deciding who wins the series. Like, we're going Game 3 will win the series, I think.
That's interesting.
Because it'll be that pivotal moment, especially in Indiana. So, like, if the Pacers win, I think they have a real strong chance to win Game 4 and go up 3-1. I don't think it will happen. I think it's going to split myself, but...
Yeah, I also think Games 3 and 4 are going to split. I think Indy is going to crush Oklahoma City the first game.
Yep.
In Indy. So
it's kind of like we're at home,
Yeah, we're at home and we're coming back. We just lost a game. We're all hyped up. We're going to put on a show.
And this is their first finals game at home in like 25 years.
Exactly. So I think the crowd is going to be electric there.
Yeah.
Maybe even more so than it was in Oklahoma City. Mm-hmm. And the Pacers are going to come out and play. Game 4, I think, is going to be a close one. I think it'll probably be similar to Game 1.
Yeah.
Kind of flipped. And I think the Thunder will pull it out at the end. And then once it goes back to Oklahoma City, I think they'll sort of take care of business. Game 5. And then my prediction was, I believe, Thunder in 6. So I'd have them dropping Game 3, winning games 4, 5, 6.
Right. We'll see. I mean, I really think either team can win. I think it's just like, it's not.
I'll do too.
It's not an obvious. Everyone was like, "Oh, the Thunder are going to win this in 4 or 5," and I'm like, you got to put some respect on it.
My initial thought was Thunder in 5, but I even said this during our last pod. I'm like, the way the Pacers have been playing, I have to give them the courtesy of 6. I still like, even now, like, we'll see how Game 3 goes. I don't think it's a crazy take that you could have the Indiana Pacers winning this series.
No,
because they've just shown it to everyone. Just like, whoever you put in front of us, we can win.
That's exactly why I picked them too.
Yeah, it seems like they do it in the craziest ways too. It's like, and no one, like, both games, no one like stood out offensively in particular. I mean, Obi had a great shooting game 1, but if you go and you look at the box score, you haven't watched the game.
Yeah.
No one's going to stand out in particular. But that's the thing with the Indiana Pacers, is when you watch them play and you see how together they are, and they didn't really have it in the first half of Game 1. They really put it together down the stretch, and that's when you could see it at its fullest. When they move as a unit and things are going smooth for them, it is just so fun to watch, and it's so effective.
I feel like I could say the same thing about the Thunder too. Though.
Thunder, yeah,
it's the same exact thing. I think these are two very similar teams.
I feel like the principle of it is the same, but I feel like with the Thunder, that togetherness is more so on defense.
Yeah.
Where you just see all of them just fucking lock in defensively and get easy buckets, where with the Pacers, I feel like it's a lot more like offense. We're going to rush it down the court, and like, I'll pass someone open you didn't even see, or I'll be going for a layup. I'm like, wait a minute, you got a better shot in the corner, and like, yeet that shit. Or like, it I know in Game 1 at least, there were like 5 or 6 shots that, like, how did that ball even make it to that player?
Mm-hmm.
And they end up just bapping a 3 at the end of the buzzer. And I'm like, oh my God.
Dude, when Miles Turner hit that fucking sidestep 3, dude.
That was crazy.
I fucking lost my mind. Because that shit looked like it was going off the side of the backboard.
It did. I thought he was throwing it off the side. And it went in, and I'm like, yo, they have a chance. And then Nembhard hit that huge 3.
Fucking Uncle Miles, man. I hate calling him Uncle Miles because, like, bro, I remember when he was a rookie. It was like, you know what I mean?
He's got tenure.
He's got tenure. Yeah, his 401k is creeping up on him.
Yeah. Both teams at their best are really incredible to watch.
I think mostly everyone expected the Thunder to go to the finals.
Yes.
I don't think there was really anybody picking the Pacers to go to the
No.
finals.
There's one dude that's like, if the Pacers win, he wins like $80K. Which, good for that guy. I hope you win. There's another guy that bet on the Thunder and the Oilers. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, the dude's gonna be the Mr. Krabs.
Because this Thunder Oilers better. He could win $217K. They're giving him a fucking cash out of $100K. And he spent $13 and he's like, I'm gonna let it ride. Don't let it ride, you fucking dumbass. Take the free money.
Oh, it's interesting you say that, because what did you say to me during game one? You were like, it was like a coin flip thing. You were like, would you rather have $200K right now or do a coin flip for like 40 mil? And I was like, give me the fucking $200K. Like, what the fuck?
But that is such a different amount. 40 mil is so much more than 200K. 100K is literally half of what you get. You could take half the money right now.
You were talking to a guy that always gets the fucking over-under wrong, okay? You really think I'm gonna gamble on a motherfucking coin, dude? I'm taking the guaranteed 200K for sitting on my ass and doing nothing.
That's fair. This kid, though, man. Oh my God, he's driving me crazy. The Pacers, dude, it's just like, okay, if the Pacers win, you get $80K. I hope the Pacers win for you. But this Thunder Oilers better. I'm like, dude,
100. Just hit the button.
Yeah, like just hit the button and you have $100,000.
It's so stupid.
And it's like the Oilers, I'm pretty sure the Oilers are losing their series. The Thunder were down 0-1. It's like, bro, take the fucking money.
So stupid.
Yeah, okay. Now that I've ranted about Oilers better.
You ranted about oil.
Yeah. Thunder.
Oh, God.
SGA, as much as people like to call him a free throw merchant, he hasn't really been this series, it feels like to me. He's gotten a couple of calls where it's like, okay,
during game
you're
one,
you're the MVP, but you look at the actual totals, he only went to the line like 4 times or so each game. And it's like, he's an aggressive player. He's going to get to the line that amount.
I'm fine with him getting to the line. It's just during like the fourth quarter is when it drives me insane.
Yeah.
But it's like a play on type. You only call a foul down the stretch if it's like obvious. You know what I mean? Like, that's what drives me crazy. I love the refs like just kind of let them play. So if they go for a shot and maybe they like their hand grazes their arm or something, it's like, okay, yeah, play on. But if they come down and they're like, poof, like making it so you can't shoot.
Caruso's killing me.
Yeah.
He's killing me in his suit. He'll smack a dude across both arms, clear as day. And what do you mean it's a foul? Challenge. I'm like, well, challenge what?
I love the helicopter
players. You just assaulted this guy.
I love the helicopter players.
Yeah. I'm just like, you can't even make this shit
so
up.
Funny.
Like, you know that's a foul, Alex.
Right.
Come on. He's driving me crazy. But with Shai, though, his game is so fucking smooth. I feel like every time I talk about Shai, I say it.
Yep.
In game one, he was hitting tough shot after tough shot after tough shot.
He's already averaging 36 for the series.
Exactly. Like, this guy, it feels like he gets the ball and it's just a bucket every time.
Yep.
Like, I'll be honest with the fact that this year I did not watch all that much Thunder. Watching this guy just cook is so fucking fun.
Mm-hmm.
And like all of those like fadeaway, like sort of pull up middies, like he's so fucking consistent with it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just impressive. And those types of shots in the NBA finals are like, if you can hit the tough ones, you've got it made. And he has it, undeniably has it. It's just a matter of whether or not the rest of the guys can get into it with him. Because J-Dub had like some shoddy shooting. Chet wasn't all there game one. I want to say I predicted Chet to have a great game one.
That's exactly what you said.
So I was completely off the mark on that. He had a better game too.
Yeah, he did.
But yeah, I was off the mark with that.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
What I will say though, and regardless of how this goes at this point, I will be happy with the result. I want to say in our last pod, I said, if the Pacers do end up losing, I hope that they at least have their 0-1 finals moment.
I think that was game one.
Haliburton had that moment.
Mm-hmm.
That, we've had... The first game was really competitive, obviously.
Yeah.
The second game, I feel like it looks less competitive than it was. I didn't feel like the Thunder were really out of it until the end of the third, a few minutes into the fourth.
I agree.
I'm just happy we got what seems to be a competitive series. We've had an iconic moment already. Mm-hmm. Hopefully they keep stacking.
I think they will. I think as the series goes on, it's only going to get more iconic, and this really could go all 7 games low-key to the Hurricanes. I think that's what we're looking at.
It could. I mean, the ball is in the Pacers' court literally right now, but they stole home court. So all they got to do...
All they had to do was win one game.
If they sweep at the Fieldhouse, they win the series, which, it's hard to do, obviously, but they have home court advantage now.
As insane as it sounds, even if the Pacers went up 3-1, I would not count the Thunder out.
Oh, no, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either.
Because they'd be going back to OKC to fucking probably win 3-2. All of a sudden, now you're back in Indiana for Game 6. Freaking, and if the Thunder can steal that,
if the Pacers went up 3-1, if they... so let's get to that point.
Yeah.
Pacers up 3-1. They go back to Oklahoma City. They lose. At that point, to me, it's if they lose Game 6, they lose the series.
They blow a 3-1 lead.
You aren't beating in Game 7 in Oklahoma City.
And we said that last episode. You said that last episode too.
You're not going to beat OKC.
If you're Indiana, you cannot let this go all 7 games. Essentially,
you have to win it in 6.
Yeah, if at the very minimum 6. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, if they were to win it in 5, that would be brutal.
That'd be insane.
Yeah,
people still be calling Hallie overrated.
Yeah, the overrated stuff is just crazy. People just say that because he doesn't score that much,
which is insane.
That's he is a top 3 passer.
It's almost like we know a player that gets called overrated because he doesn't score. Yeah, yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it's affecting the game in other ways is a thing.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Let's not get into big deuce.
Oh man. Well,
what else we got on the agenda?
The agenda?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The tier list.
So we thought it'd be cool to do the last 10 NBA finals, not including this one. So starting with last year's finals, and we do a tier list essentially of how good we think that finals was.
Before we do that, I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
So, as of right now, the Pacers did not sweep. Tattoo is off the table.
Oh, I have a tattoo.
I have one more stipulation in which I will get, and you know what? I'll give it for either team, either a Pacers or a Thunder tattoo. If either team wins the finals on a game-winning shot in Game 7, I will get a tattoo of that.
Oh, they're gonna say just in general,
no.
They get the trophy on a game shot.
I was gonna say buzzer beater. It doesn't if it was a Game 1 scenario where there's 0.3 left, I'll do it. If this goes 7 and it ends on a game-winning shot within 1 point, I'm hitting the shot to win the game. Boom. Thunder or Pacers win the finals. I'll get the tattoo.
That's interesting. Yeah, there's some people that have been following the tattoo. So they were after Game 1, they were he's a quarter of the way there.
Yeah.
It's like-
I was. But now there's another chance.
yeah. All right. Well, we'll keep monitoring that.
We'll see. We need a Kawhi moment for me to get.
The game's gonna be tied in Game 7. Like, I'm gonna have like a needle on standby.
Yeah.
That sounds crazy, but
We watch it like in the tattoo shop.
Yeah.
It's like it goes 7. It's
The
the
tattoo
fourth
artist.
quarter. We're like, they have it within 5.
the tattoo artist is like,
Yeah. He has a stencil of the Thunder and a stencil of the Pacers just waiting.
just waiting to throw one of them away.
Yeah.
Right on the old ham hock.
Yeah. Honestly, that probably wouldn't be a bad place to get it. Like, right on the thigh.
I have a good tattoo story, and it's a PG joke, so we're getting fun.
Gotcha.
I'll just throw in that disclaimer out there right now. But I worked a construction job with this guy. Is this older guy, and he had this chicken on his shin. So of course, I'm working there a few weeks. I'm like, I gotta fucking ask him why he has a chicken on his shin, right? Right? Like, I'm killing me, right? Yeah. I was like, hey, his name was Mark. I was like, hey, Mark, like, dude, like, what's the deal with the chicken tattoo? He's like, oh, I haven't told you. Oh, I got a tattoo of a chicken on my shin, so I can tell people I have a cock below my knees. Put on the floor like 10 minutes there. I was like 17, bro. I was like fucking dying. It was like, that's fucking legendary.
That's incredible.
That's awesome.
That's a much better version of the ice on my wrist tattoo I always joke about. So have I talked about that on this pod?
No.
So I always joked about how I would get a tattoo where it's a whole like watch, except the face of the watch is a giant ice cube. Mm-hmm. So I could walk up to people and tell them I had ice on my wrist.
That's actually pretty sick.
Yeah.
Well, tier list?
Yeah, tier list.
No more cocks below the knees.
Yes. No more ice on your wrist or cock below your knees.
I know what kind of tattoo I'm getting. Well,
time to get a tattoo of ice below my knees.
Oh, so how the tier lists work is, for anyone that doesn't know, there's S, A, B, C, D, and F tier. And you give each finals a grade depending on how good of a finals you think it was. So, like, that's why I figured it was good to do the last 10, because we remember, like, the last 10.
Yeah.
I started watching the finals, I think it was 2014 or whatever. Yeah, so we'll start with the most recent, and I'm not going to let bias. Yeah, definitely not letting bias get in the way of, like, being a Celtics fan, but Celtics beating the Mavs 4-1. Jaylen Brown won the finals MVP in that finals, and right off the bat, I'm not putting S tier. I'm telling you right now, because it'd be like glazing hardcore. But freaking, I could put it. It's like between like B and C tier, because like I feel like I'll say C, because in terms of overall competitiveness, it wasn't there, because the Mavs just could not match up with the Celtics at all. Yeah. But in terms of the Celtics finally getting that ring that they've been just after for so many years, and also the Mavs led by Luka just getting there, I think is really, really cool story for both teams.
I thought it was cool too that you had the Kai Celtics matchup.
Right. So like I could put, like, only because it wasn't that competitive, I'll put it at C tier. If it was like a 6-game series, I'd probably put it B tier. But
see, now I'm in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
I am gonna give it the benefit of B. That could just be the homer in me, but I am going to say B for that one. Yeah. So right now, we'll keep it at like
if the games were closer and it was more competitive, I would definitely say B tier.
Yeah.
Just like as an NBA fan point of view.
I feel you.
So
are we each constructing our own list, or are we
can each construct our own list. Or no, I think we should definitely try to maybe agree, but like I could go B tier on that.
You could go B on.
You could talk me into B tier. Okay. Like I said, if it was like more competitive, I would be a definitive B tier. But
what I'll do, right, is I'll put it in B, and then we'll keep room in front of that. So whatever our tiers end up being, whatever's at the end of the tier is gonna be like low B. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we'll have it low B.
Okay.
And then if we decide, like, you know what, like compared to these other ones, it's a C, we'll move it back down.
That's fair. Okay. Moving on, 2023, Nuggets versus Heat. Jokic wins Finals MVP. You want to go first on that one?
See, now, this is, I'm not going to lie, it's kind of a similar
thing, not very competitive.
thing. It wasn't very competitive, but it also was the Nuggets' first finals in history, correct?
Yes.
Their first championship ever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that doesn't make the series good.
Then you got the, but you also have the Cinderella run of the Heat getting to the finals, which was insane. You know what I mean? So like that was really cool. I knew there wasn't a chance in hell the Heat were beating the Nuggets. Like I'm sorry, like the Nuggets were just way too good.
They were.
It's
well,
like
that's the thing that sucked about the Heat.
Even if the Celtics made it there, I still think the Nuggets would have won. I think it was definitely their year.
Yeah.
So
more likely than not.
I think I'm in the same boat as the last one of like B, C tier. So
yeah, would you rate that? Because I pretty much agree it's B or C. Would you rate that below or above the 2024?
Not letting the bias get in the way. Fucking, I was so happy the Nuggets won. Wow, that's tough.
Cause like to me, I can't convince myself that was a better series than the Celtics series.
No,
I feel like the Celtics series just had more moments.
I think we could agree on C tier.
Yeah. I'll put it, you know, we're not at McDonald's, but we'll give it a high C.
Love me some orange high C.
Yeah, orange high C, man.
Orange vanilla high C is the best. But yeah,
okay,
that's pretty gas.
Sounds it.
2022. Again, I'm kicking my bias to the curb, okay? But fucking, as an NBA fan, it was a really, really good finals.
Oh, it was.
The Celtics going up 2-1. Obviously, I'm pissed that they ended up losing the next 3 games and the Warriors won. But like, as an NBA fan, like it was like cool for like Steph to get that.
Yes.
What is probably his last ring.
And for him to get the Finals MVP too. Yeah. It's a career-defining thing.
Yeah.
And it was after the whole KD saga.
Jordan Poole was on fire. Dude, that was the other thing.
I frankly think that finals, as much as I hated watching the Celtics lose as a Celtics fan, that series was a better series than 24.
Oh, 100%.
I'd probably put it.
You know what it was, and about that is that year. That was the energy is about to shift gear. That's what it was. The Celtics were like a playing team at the middle of the season.
They sucked the whole first half.
And then Jaylen Brown said, the energy is about to shift. Whatever they put in the water or whatever, I don't fucking know. But they ended up going on this insane run to the finals, which I think that's why it was more fun to watch the Celtics that year. Because they really weren't supposed to be there, and then they ended up there. And the Celtics last year, they were the best team in basketball all year long. And it was just like, they're most likely going to win. If they don't win, they got to blow it up, dude. Like, you know, it's like...
If they don't win, somebody say boom.
thought Sandy was the boom operator.
Somebody say boom.
But yeah, I could see this finals going like A tier.
Yeah, I mean, I'd go either. I was thinking like low A, high B. I'm good to give it A for now. Yeah. So 22.
And as Celtics fans, giving it an A tier would be fucking lost.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
it. Like Curry hitting the night, and like there's so many good like moments from that finals. If you aren't a Celtic,
but the best moment is when they showed Curry in slow motion doing this, and I threw my remote against the wall.
Dude, there were so many memes the year after when they sucked, and just Clay doing the Thor. It's like, Clay, you're 0 of 15 from the field. 4!
But as NBA fans, it is our duty to remind everybody that Klay Thompson went 0 for 10 in an elimination game.
4! Yeah, that shit was so funny, though.
Oh, man. Okay, well.
21?
I was 2021. Okay, so this is interesting because this was not like the immediate season after COVID. It was like the season after the season, whatever that makes sense.
It was the first post-bubble season.
Post-bubble season is what I'm trying to say. But the schedule was still kind of weird. So the finals is in like late July because they were still trying to get it back on track to where it was. And so I was actually in Disney World during this finals.
I was in Lake Placid.
Yeah, so we were all in the fucking hotel room. You know, little these, you know, freaking watching, you know, Chris Paul versus Giannis, Devin Booker versus, you know, Giannis, Middleton, Drew Holiday, like all that. It was a great final.
It was a good final.
My friend's older brother fucking despises Chris Paul, like, just so much. And he actually found out they're birthday twins. We found that out that week, and he was so mad. So, like, the whole time, he's like, again, like I said, we were, you know, drinking a little bit, having a good time, and the whole game, he's like, fuck Chris Paul. Yeah, right. Everything Chris Paul did was so funny, because, like, I wanted Chris Paul to win, dude.
I did, too.
Like, I wanted the Suns to win that final.
I was wearing a Suns jersey, rooting for CP3.
Yeah, but it was...
Of course he gets hurt.
You know, I think this was an exciting finals, because it was two teams no one was really expecting a ton post-bubble.
Yeah, competitiveness wise, I'd probably, me personally, I'd prefer, like, if I had to go back and rewatch one, I'd rather rewatch the 21 finals than the 22.
100%.
Because they had in the finals, wasn't there, it was the game-winning lob to Ayton. Yeah. For one of them. Yeah. And then you have the fucking Giannis basically replicating LeBron's block from 2016 and then going down on the other court, and Drew throws him up the lob. I think it might have been off glass. And Giannis just, oh my God.
This might be my favorite, like, finals celebration in terms of, like, what you do after you win the finals. Is Giannis.
Fucking Chick-fil-A.
Oh, it was Chick-fil-A? I thought it was McDonald's.
Was it McDonald's?
All I know is he pulled up at the drive-thru and said, I would like 50 McNuggets. Not 51. Not 49. 50 McNuggets. Okay. Hey, let the man eat. He's an NBA champion. It was so good because, like, Giannis is still Giannis. I don't think Giannis has peaked yet personally, but this was definitely, like, the prime of his career. So.
Yeah, I mean, he's been in his prime for the last, like, 5 years. He's been consistent.
Right. He hasn't shown any signs slowing down. Yeah. So that team was just special, though, because, like, him... I can say prime Middleton. This is like the best moments of Middleton's career. Drew Holiday was fantastic.
Chris Middleton, all you little children who might be watching this, all you 7-8-year-olds, you probably shouldn't be watching because of the language. If you are, all you like 12-year-olds that have heard enough shit that you can listen to us swear on YouTube and not get in trouble, watch some Chris Middleton. Like, Chris Middleton in his day, as good a scorer as anyone in the damn league, man.
Yep.
He's so nonchalant about how he can score, and it felt like if you want to watch peak Chris Middleton, watch him play the Boston Celtics, because he torched us every single year. He would cook the Boston Celtics.
His contributions to Giannis's legacy will forever be overlooked, unfortunately. Yeah. And Drew Holiday, they don't win without Drew Holiday either, making key defensive plays and having some great offensive games.
Seriously.
So, and Giannis was the Finals MVP, and overall that Finals was...
He had a 50 bomb in the Finals. Yeah. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, that's an easy... I don't know if I can put that S tier, but that's an A. That's A, and I'm putting that above 22.
Like, I could not put that lower than A tier, just from the overall vibes of the two teams, and, like, it was just fun. So
I would agree.
Fucking 2020, the stupid bubble guppy ring. Okay, again. So yeah, the Lakers defeat the Heat 4-2. LeBron wins the Finals MVP, the Mickey Mouse ring, as people call it. But
I like this Finals. It was one of those things where the Heat being there, that was
special for them.
That was, to me, the one where it was special.
Yeah.
23, it was like cool, they made it back, but you felt like they had even less of a shot to win that one than they had to win the 2020 one. And in 2020, I didn't think they were winning either. So it was sort of like this finals appearance gave the Heat front office the delusion that they didn't need to keep building further around Jimmy Butler.
Oh, Pat Riley's he's not a stubborn guy or anything.
Yeah. It's like, I'm sorry. You just made a finals. You're really going to sit here and be like, yeah, we'll add like 4 undrafted guys. That's the solution. That's what we need.
And these guys are only going to torch the Celtics every year. They're going to have their legacy games against Boston.
But it was like, they deserved to be there. They played great to get there. But it was like, they never really had a chance. And Jimmy had some generational performances. Obviously, the Lakers go ahead and win it. They were one of the better teams all season that year. That was, I don't know how. When would you say LeBron really started to like? He's still incredible right now.
Yeah,
but
when did he go from like this one?
From his peak, because I feel like he's still arguably peak form in 2020. Like,
you could make the argument. I think it was.
I'm trying to think of.
I could see glimpses after the 2018 finals, which we'll get to, of where he lost 4-0 and really having one around him. Like, I think that was like the last season of like, oh, this is LeBron. You know what I mean? This is like the best basketball of his career, and he was just unstoppable. And he still is really, really, really good. But
this is still though like 95% of that.
Yeah, it's like a slight tier below it. I think.
And then you have not quite New Orleans level production AD.
Yep.
But it's both of them. You have like 95% of that.
And they were just a great duo, and they had a really nice supporting cast. That team not being kept together is stupid. So stupid. They won a chip. They didn't get one the next year, and they were like, let's add Russell Westbrook as our third star.
An aging Russell Westbrook.
Just keep the damn team together. That would have. But that aside,
it's very difficult for me because, so just hypothetically speaking, and this bias is going to show a little bit here. The Celtics were in the conference finals that year. The Heat actually ended up beating us to go to that finals. Yes. If the Celtics went to that finals, I'm not going to say they would have beaten the Lakers. They probably wouldn't have. Even if the Celtics won the championship in 2020, I wouldn't feel like it was like, like it's a championship, but it would feel like a full championship.
I feel like had the Celtics made it in 2020, we would have got smoked.
Oh, I did. Yeah, 100% that. Yeah, absolutely.
The Lakers were good.
Like, speaking from like a fan point of view of like, say like I was a Laker fan, like for that ring, like yes, we won, but like it was like a weird ring. It wasn't like the full experience.
That's why this finals is like, tough for me.
To me, it's not necessarily a weird ring. Yeah. Like I feel like they earned it. I feel like
they did. Yeah,
the fans just get to enjoy it less because everything was like quarantined. Still, it's like there's not going to be a parade next week. Where and eventually there was one.
That's why this finals leaves like a sour taste in my mouth. Yeah. It's just like, hey, we won, but we can't like fully celebrate it. You know,
like to me, it's not as memorable as some of the other ones, and I mean that could also be because we're going backwards chronologically. That is less memorable, but to me, this is kind of like a B.
Yeah. I could see like B or C tier. I was gonna say. I think because it wins 6 games, and like you said, the Heat had a better chance of winning this finals. I could see B tier.
I'll put it. Do we want to go B or? I'm trying to think. Do you think it's better? Do you think it's better than the 24 finals?
I'd say so.
Do you think
it was
so?
It was more competitive. I'd say so.
So we'll give it B then. We'll put it above the 24 because I was gonna say if it was below the 24, then it would be like, okay, is it above 23?
Yeah,
by how much? So 20. Right now we got that in B tier above the 2024 finals.
Right.
2019.
2019 was fun, dude. It was fun.
It was
fun. So Raptors beat the Warriors 4-2. Kawhi Leonard, Finals MVP. Kawhi hits probably not this Finals, obviously, but against the Sixers. Kawhi hits, in my opinion, probably the greatest shot in playoff history. Again, it's just so iconic. And this Finals overall, it just felt like I just knew the Raptors were going to win this series.
This was like the defining moment for Kawhi.
Yeah.
And we haven't gotten the chance to really see him at this level since.
Unfortunately.
And it was a 1-year rental. It's the greatest 1-year rental of all time.
Yeah.
And it worked out. Masai did some magic. Fred VanVleet caught fire after becoming a father.
Pascal
Siakam got his finals experience. He had a 30-piece, I think, in the final.
And now he's doing that again. He's getting that experience again.
Like this was a good finals. I enjoyed it a lot because at this point I just wanted the freaking Warriors to lose. I can't even.
Everybody and their mother wanted the Warriors.
I can't even lie. I was fucking done with the Warriors.
By the way, the next 4 years we're gonna be talking about Cavs and Warriors.
Yeah,
fun.
So especially once they got Durant, I'm like, okay, I'm tired of this team just winning every single.
It's so nice how diverse the NBA has been. Cavs Warriors, every year there's somebody new winning. I just smacked that boom.
Those two teams broke the NBA.
Yeah,
for the better.
Yes,
for the better.
Yes.
Granted, I mean, obviously, if it's your team, if you're a Warriors fan, you're probably fucking thrilled. You're like, yeah, my team. But
only people in the Bay Area are happy.
It sucks that for that to happen, KD needed to be hurt.
Yep.
Clay got hurt in the series. It sucks that that's the way it had to go, but it is a memorable finals. I do think it was really good. I personally would put it above 20.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I'd probably even put it above 22.
Yeah.
I feel like I probably had a bit more fun watching 21.
I did too. I enjoyed 21 more than this finals.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Not by much. This finals was fun
They're
too,
pretty damn close. Yeah. So yeah, we'll put it between 21 and 22 in A tier then.
That Raptors team, man. Like you said, it's the best 1-year rental ever. It's insane. I'm so mad Kawhi didn't stay there for another couple of years. We so much could have happened.
For real. Instead, he had to ruin the Los Angeles Clippers. And it's not his fault, but it just went horrible.
Moving on to 2018. This is where we get into Cavs and Warriors for a couple of years. So I'm sorry. I'm just gonna come out and say it. You can give your thoughts. This is a fucking F tier. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
this final sucked.
The Cavs should. Well, actually, hold on. Is it though? Because is this the year, or is the year before the year where J.R. Smith cost them the game?
This is the year.
2018,
because I specifically remember this is the game where the Cavs could have made a statement against a really good Warriors team, and J.R. Smith just fucking threw it away.
I'm willing to give it D tier on how fucking good LeBron was in that game. But didn't he have 50 fucking points? LeBron backpacked them to the finals that year.
He did.
This
was the year.
That was the year Kyrie, Gordon Hayward, and Al Horford should have been big 3-ing it up in the finals.
This was the year Ricky Tatum almost took us to the finals. Yeah. He dumped on LeBron.
So let's go to game 1 of this. Because LeBron put on a fucking masterclass.
He did. He really did. It's just unfortunate he went against a stupid Warriors team with no other reinforcements. LeBron's back, bro, was murdered after this finals.
Wait, was it this finals? Or was it...
What?
Because they ended up losing by 10. Oh, were they tied and JR thought they were up?
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
okay.
They were tied, and he went to dribble out the clock because they were winning the game, and LeBron freaked on him.
And then it went to OT, yeah. I was
classic.
I was thinking they were down 1. But
that's where the Henny fucking memes all come from, is that specific moment right there.
Right. Where
J.R. Smith, the Henny god.
I just want to see the game 1 box.
We totally
go.
we totally glanced over a legendary moment from the 2020 finals where they left Quinn Cook at the arena.
Okay.
Do you remember?
I do remember that.
That was so funny.
They left Quinn Cook behind.
He was whose live was it, bro? It was somebody on the Lakers was like live streaming after they won the finals, and Quinn Cook's like, "Yo, y'all forgot me, bro." He's like, it was so good.
LeBron in game 1 of that series. 51, 8, and 8. On 59% from the field. 90% from the free throw
In a
line.
loss.
In an L. 47 minutes LeBron played in that game.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is right where LeBron's like, I think this is where like superstar LeBron.
He
came
went
off, you know what I
fucking
mean?
Super Saiyan
Right.
in that game.
After
JR
this finals is where
sold him.
I started seeing little glimpses of, okay, he's
He's losing it a tiny
little bit, right?
Yeah.
This was like the fucking peak of his career, I think, right here.
Like this run
Yeah.
from LeBron to get to this point, I was like, okay, to me, this motherfucker's the GOAT. I was like, this guy,
Especially if he won that final somehow. Like,
he was just hitting the dumbest shots.
yeah, he was.
And I'm just like, how are these going in? It was like actually baffling the difficulty of shots he was hitting against the Celtics too. He just hit fucking stupid shots.
Right.
And it's like the Celtics start moving the ball, they take all their time, they get a good shot. LeBron's just like gives a little look to his hand and then fucking
I remember
my God.
SNL did a sketch of it was like, we're the other Cavaliers.
Uh-huh.
You remember that? And they were like, whatever LeBron needs, LeBron gets. You know, right, Mike?
that was that team.
That was that team. LeBron was that team.
For that reason, I'm willing to give it a D.
Pause. Okay, I'll agree. I'll also give it the D.
Okay. Now 17 is just a fucking F.
Yeah, 17. Yeah, and so Warriors beat them in 5 games. Yeah, KD was Finals MVP. KD was Finals MVP of 2018 too, by the way.
Yeah. 2017 was the last year with Kai. He had a good game 1. Then didn't he get hurt
He did, right?
in game 1?
And that's where everyone was like, okay, well the Warriors just fucking won.
And
this,
Kevin
right?
Love, if I remember correctly, was already hurt.
Yep.
Yeah. So
It's-
there was no chance.
Okay, we both agree it's F.
Yeah. It's F.
Now 2016, can we both agree that's S?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This
Thank God.
this to this day is my favorite final series that I've ever watched.
Warriors go up 3-1.
Like even like biases aside,
Yeah.
I cheered for the Cavaliers to win this series harder than I cheered for the Celtics in the arena of the finals last year. I was
Iconic. It's freaking iconic.
dude blocked by James.
That I think is the most iconic like play in NBA playoff history.
It was such a good series through and through.
Yep.
It had so many moments. For it to go 7 games made it even better. Like, obviously, the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead, but oh my God, it's straight cinema. It is straight cinema as a finals, man.
Yep.
And, like, it's the one year that they were able to, like, the Cleveland team there was able to put it all together.
Yep.
They didn't have a fully healthy big 3 for any of the other years. The one year they did, they barely made it happen. LeBron gets the chip. He's like, Cleveland, this is for you. This one for you. Like,
He won it for his hometowns. That's something that actually contributes to the S tier. You know what I mean? It's like it is easily the most meaningful of LeBron's career.
It is.
Like by far.
It is like peak in terms of like not even just LeBron's career, but like you can go through championships all time, what they mean to that team, to that city, whatever the case may be. That is fucking up there.
Yep.
It is way up there.
I think it's a top 5 finals of all time.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
I mean, granted, I'm not like out here watching the 1970s NBA finals. I can't tell you
Final
about
score 75-70. Like
this to me is my favorite finals of all time that I've seen. Favorite finals of my lifetime, I'll say.
Yep. I mean, my favorite is still the Ray Allen 3 finals. That one was the Heat Spurs was so good, dude.
We just missed that one.
We're just gonna miss that
my
one.
list.
So
But 2016
is S tier.
Is S tier.
Easily agree. We went from F to S like nothing. We were like full agreements. But 2015 is actually the Warriors' first one.
Yes.
So I think that's meaningful in itself. And Iguodala winning Finals MVP was fucking awesome too.
See, now imagine, right? Flip those two finals. We don't have to deal with any of the KD bullshit. Just flip if the Cavaliers won in 2015, K-Love doesn't get his arm ripped out of his socket by Kelly Olynyk. Kyrie doesn't get injured in the finals.
On purpose.
If the Cavs won in 2015 and then lost in 2016 to the Warriors, KD doesn't go there. He either stays with the Thunder or goes to the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah, I remember that.
Or he wins the fucking finals himself because the Thunder were up 3-1 on the Warriors.
Yeah, right.
And we're more than capable of beating that team and just couldn't do it.
It angers me because Kevin Durant is way too good a player to have his legacy defined by one decision. You know?
Yeah,
that's what bothers me.
It sucks because he's so good. He is one of the greatest of all time. He's like
undeniably, dude, is a top 10 fucking
like Mama, you the real MVP.
Yeah.
Like he has so many good moments, and I still like KD.
I do. I always like KD.
Yeah, like I'm still a fan of KD. But when he was on the Warriors, I never wanted them to win.
No, it's like it was so. God,
when he was on the Nets, I wanted them to win. I was hoping, that they were gonna win because I wanted him to come out and prove everyone wrong. And he was a big toe away.
There is a world where the Nets go to the finals, dude, man. That's insane.
There's a world where they win multiple.
Yeah.
COVID isn't a thing. Kyrie's not a part-time player. They got their core together that whole year.
Earth is flat.
Stephen A was driving me crazy. He's driving me crazy. I'm at school. I'm getting by school, I mean college.
Yeah.
I use my meal swipe. I get my fucking turkey grinder with the cheese. And I'm eating. I sit down at the table. Stephen A. Smith on my phone watching YouTube. Oh, Kyrie doesn't really care about showing up to work.
Shut the fuck He's fucking dude. He was all over that.
Like, because the man doesn't want to get a shot. Now, don't get me wrong. I got the shot.
Yeah. And it's like, I totally understand him being like, I'm not comfortable getting the shot. You know what I mean?
I can't knock a man's medical choices.
Right. Yeah. Like, fucking, I don't think that should have determined his eligibility to play personally.
Especially that it was some crazy shit in New York. Because he was allowed to be in the arena.
Yeah.
Courtside.
Yep.
Watching the fucking game. But he wasn't allowed to play.
That's so stupid.
It was the dumbest thing I had ever seen.
It totally defeats the purpose of like, well, we want all our players to be vaccinated for like safety reasons, but like he could still be with the team.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
And people were blaming him for it. Like it wasn't like New York's dumbass laws that were keeping him.
Yeah.
Regardless. Okay. 2015.
Yeah. So Warriors beat the Cavs in 6.
This was
Finals MVP.
Yeah, this was Matthew Delly's gonna hold Steph Curry.
Matt Delly, dude.
He had some good games in that.
That guy was fucking good, man. I'm sorry, he is not talked about enough.
I remember he got cramps in one of the games because he had a coffee at halftime, and it dehydrated him.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah. I remember them talking about it. They're like, "Oh, what's that he's got there? Oh, he's got a coffee at halftime."
Oh, he's fucking door dashing Starbucks, bro. Like, fuck it.
But man, Matt Delly.
Yeah.
That was prime Matt Delly. That was give him a moment's card in 2K Matt Delly.
Matt Delly, man.
Yeah, and then Steph Curry's like,
fuck Matt Daly.
They will literally fuck Matt Daly. Yeah.
Like it was the first couple of games, I think, that Matt Daly really looked good. And Curry's like, okay, I'm the MVP, buddy.
Yeah.
Like you're not stopping me anymore after this.
So where would you put this?
I'd give it a B.
I'm gonna say A or B is right.
Yeah, I mean, like
B. I could totally agree with
the Cavs weren't full strength.
No,
when they were full strength, we got peak cinema.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, B. Would you put it
a B?
Yeah, but like above 20.
Above 20, 100%.
Above 20.
I told you how I feel about 20. Like, it will never feel like a legitimate finals to me.
So, and that's 2015. So right now, what we've got is in S tier alone is the 2016.
I knew that was going to happen. I was like, I don't think any of these are like peak, like, whoa, top finals all time. Other than that,
we have the 21 finals, followed by the 19 finals.
I like that.
Followed by the 22 finals.
Okay.
In B tier, we got the 2015 finals, followed by 2020, followed by 2024.
All right.
C tier, 2023. D tier, 2018. And in F tier alone is the 2017 NBA finals. They could have had such a good rivalry back like
4 straight years.
KD going to that team ruined the rivalry. It wasn't a rivalry anymore because you knew
it
what
was a
team
fucking
was the
super team versus a team that was just trying to scrape by against the super team.
You knew what team was gonna win the second KD went there. Even without KD, if LeBron hadn't injured Kyrie or whatever it was, you could be like, okay, this is going to maybe be a repeat of 2015, but, maybe he goes crazy and pulls it through this. With KD, there was no chance. But you had 2 MVPs on the same team.
Yeah.
You had 2 MVPs. You had arguably the second greatest shooter of all time in Clay.
Yeah.
You had Draymond at the peak of his defensive powers. You had Iggy, who was still damn good. Like, you had fucking Sean Livingston.
Sean Livingston.
Yeah, the king of the midi. But, like, that team was just unstoppable, man. And that's not even the year they went 73-9.
Oh. Literally. Dude.
That was the thing, too. They broke the record for regular season wins.
Fuck that season.
And then he goes there.
73.
KD, you're great, man, but
oh man, it's like, bro, when he went to the Warriors, nobody even was wanted to watch basketball, bro. It was just like, yeah, we know who's gonna win.
You literally could have just completely clocked out, said, all right, let's pull out DraftKings. Warriors, NBA Finals champion. And done that for
bet the house
2 straight years, and you would have been gold.
You could have bet your mortgage payment.
You literally could have bet your life savings, your cousin's life savings, your mama, your father, your son, whatever. Put all the money together, throw it on the Warriors.
Fucking easy time to be a Warriors fan.
You would have been fine.
Like, damn.
There was 0 chance outside of catastrophic injury that they were going to lose the finals. And obviously 2019 finally struck.
Everyone was fucking dancing, bro, that they finally lost the finals.
Dude, when I tell you, this was the game they won it. It was my freshman year of college. I went to the freshman orientation.
Yeah.
And they had everyone in the common room of one of the houses all watching the finals.
That's sick.
Went nuts when the Raptors won.
Yeah,
absolutely nuts. I bought a fake Fred VanVleet jersey from China after that one. The Nike swoosh is crooked.
Well, it's a Nike whoosh.
Swoosh. It's a Nike whoosh. But yeah, I have to get a legit VanVleet jersey. I wonder if they'll have those on Mitchell and Ness as throwbacks or something.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I'd say that was a pretty good episode.
I think it's a really, really good episode.
If you
we're gonna trip down memory lane.
Definitely. And if y'all got any critiques, of our tier list, and you want to say, I'm actually
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and say
better because
this 2017 finals wasn't F tier, we might laugh at you, but
But I mean, feel free to leave your comments, opinions, anything down below. I'm assuming it's down below, whatever.
down below, specifically on YouTube. You can comment on Spotify.
Is Spotify like on the side? Or is it? I'm hoping it's down below, regardless of
there's a comments tab when I go check. So.
You can comment.
Yeah.
But go ahead and comment. Tell us what you agree with, what you don't with our list.
Follow us on IG and TikTok and
All of it.
all the stuff.
All of it.
It's all much appreciated.
Damn right.
But yeah, thanks for listening. See y'all later.
Peace.